Anika Noni Rose is the voice of Princess Tiana. And we obviously have heard that Splash Mountain is going to be getting a re-theme at both Disneyland Park and Magic Kingdom. And with that comes Princess and the Frog. In a recent interview, Anika Noni Rose, that voice of Princess Tiana, was asked about her interest in a potential restaurant for the title character, Princess Tiana. And her response was as follows. She says, "People keep asking me like I'm in charge of making the restaurant at Disney." She says, "I'm like one thing at a time, but people are excited. That makes me feel good because it's been 11 years since the movie came out, and for people to still have a great, excited, motivated love for Princess Tiana and for the movie is really wonderful." She says, quote, "I've been looking forward to a Tiana's Palace for years. And I agree with the fans that it would be great. I have dreams of them partnering with New Orleans Cafe du Monde on some real deal beignets, having some fantastic shrimp and grits and king cake during Mardi Gras season, and just the occasional second line through the joint. Basically all the things that I love." Anika Noni Rose brings up a good point here. With the overhaul, more specifically in Disneyland. Yeah, I'm already thinking that when it comes to Magic Kingdom Splash Mountain, bringing in the Princess and the Frog theme is kind of shoehorning in a New Orleans theme in Frontierland out there. So it's already going to be a little odd in storytelling. But when you think about Disneyland, it's right off the corner of New Orleans Square, can now be an extension of New Orleans Square if need be. Did you ever think we might see more of a Tiana presence outside of the mountain?
No, I didn't really think about it.
Because like she's obviously been on the docket for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, that movie did okay. It didn't do spectacular. But I always thought I'd see a little bit more of her, you know, in the parks. I always thought I'd see a little bit more representation. There was a Showboat Jubilee that they did for a while that was incredibly popular when they did it. And it was an entertainment level offering. But nothing
They
in
did
terms
like
of infrastructure.
like a little like tea thing, didn't they, for a while? Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom for a long time had like an ice cream social that
Yeah.
they did
I
with
thought that
Princess
was cute.
Tiana on the riverboat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cute. That's like kind of like what I was like thinking that they were gonna do. But it'd be cool to have like a Tiana's Palace somewhere. But they just have to like find a good spot to put it in Magic Kingdom because again, it's not gonna look great anywhere. And then they would be like, where are they gonna really put it?
I saw somebody say the Diamond Horseshoe could be a decent place, which sure, but that would also just be kind of weird because then it's very far away from the actual attraction. And I saw another person say Pecos Bill, which would be a horrible place to
Put
put
it on the river.
Um,
They should like just knock out that middle area. You don't need to like go and visit that area. Just knock it out and make it a Tiana's Palace. So then you have to take
Tom
a boat.
Sawyer Island, is that what you're talking
Just knock
about?
it
The middle
out.
area, you know,
Middle
that
area,
place.
Just get rid of it.
That land in the water.
And then just make it a Tiana's Palace. So you have to take a little riverboat to get there.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
Wouldn't it
cool,
be fun?
yeah. I mean,
Outside the box.
I never really expected them to do. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just didn't think that movie like blew up the universe. You know, it.
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I said.
Yeah.
It did okay.
Yeah, it did
wasn't-
fine,
yeah.
but I just don't think that it wasn't like Frozen where it kind of took them by surprise, and then they were like, "We got to build something quick,
right.
guys."
They bashed it to death. They're like, we got to make money on this.
Yeah, like because like a movie like Frozen just like really exploded everything for them. But I just felt like Princess and the Frog kind of came and went a little bit, so I kind of understood why they didn't want to make an attraction for it right off the bat, or like a restaurant or something. But it would be great to have that type of experience. I think that Tiana's Place would be pretty awesome. Actually, Dee said too in the chat that she's surprised that they didn't convert boat rides over at Riverside into Tiana's Place because that could be a really cool place for Tiana as well.
Yeah.
And they could do like character dining there or whatever. So I'm with you on that one, Dee. But
Yeah, to have two, resorts at Walt Disney World dedicated to Louisiana. Dedicated. I mean, and they're both side by side. You have the French Quarter and you have the Riverside Resort, both that are just ripe for a Princess Tiana character dining experience. I get that it's a moderate and they don't typically do that at moderates, but I think it's time. Boat Rides needs all the help that it can get as a restaurant inside that resort. And if you make that a Tiana's Palace or something themed to Princess and the Frog, I think it would draw a lot more attention, even from outsiders, people even not staying there, just to book a reservation. But let's jump back over to like the Disneyland idea here. Obviously, it's the best place for a potential Tiana's Palace due to the theming alone. If you veer back just past Splash Mountain, obviously Critter Country, right? That's the land that Splash Mountain is in currently at Disneyland. And just across from Splash Mountain is a restaurant called the Hungry Bear Restaurant. Hungry Bear is 2 stories, the bottom story being some seating and some large restrooms, and the top story being where you can go dine at. It is a quick service restaurant environment. You see a lot of people there just off the river if you're watching, and it's got a great view of Rivers of America, really cool place to hang out at. Grab yourself some funnel cake. This area can easily, especially now that it has become such a cross-section for traffic, and being able to go all the way to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, it's become a much more busier intersection right at the corner of Hungry Bear. So I don't know if you would necessarily want to turn all of Critter Country into New Orleans Square or the Bayou or something like that. But having a place to build out a restaurant is already there. And, Hungry Bear does well on its own, really just during lunch. Dinner time, you go back there, almost nobody's hanging out. A lot of times it closes early because of that. If you turn this into a Tiana's Palace and have a commanding view of the river, you can do quick service on the bottom and you can do a table service on top. Mm-hmm. Because if you look at Tiana's Palace and the artwork just even from the film alone, you'll see it's a multi-story restaurant. This can easily play into this corner. Garrett, what do you think?
I think Hungry Bear Restaurant could easily be Tiana's Place. I think it'd be great. I even think they could do something so far as Be Our Guest, where in the early part of the day, it's sort of quick service. Like, you still have to have a reservation, but it's quick service. You get in, you get out, blah, blah, blah. And then at night, it becomes like a real dining thing. Because I think at night, if you have the full service, you could even have a jazz or a blues band up there. You could even have Tiana singing. Lewis comes in, plays something. There's endless possibilities for that section. I just worry about Winnie the Pooh and all his friends back there that won't really fit in, because Winnie the Pooh's part of the 100-acre woods. That's not really part of the bayou. You don't really see yellow bears in the bayou, and pigs in the bayou. Yeah, those get eaten real fast. But I think Hungry Bear Restaurant is a perfect place for a Tiana's Place. It fits so well, and I don't know. I'm looking forward to some good Louisiana Cajun food, because I love that stuff. Give me some beignets and some po' boys, and I'm a happy boy right there.
I was going to say they should make the French Market Tiana's other place.
The first idea, because first it was Tiana's Place and then it turned into Tiana's Palace.
Did it? Okay. Well, I just watched the movie recently and I totally missed that part. But yeah,
because she's a princess now. It's Palace.
That's true.
It's not a place.
But I just I think Tiana does deserve a cool place, and I feel like the French Market already serves that kind of Louisiana style stuff.
Sure.
But then you can retheme that to something else, though.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's also super far away from the attraction. Then, usually, like with Be Our Guest, it's right next to Gaston's Tavern, where you'd meet Gaston. It's also next to the Belle's Experience over there as well. Versus now, if you want to go to Tiana's Palace, Tiana's Place, first you have to go past the scary haunted mansion. It's like you have to exit the bayou, go through the plantation where all the dead people are, and then you could have some good. Actually, that does sound.
Isn't that a fun story?
Yeah. I think we should just retheme Haunted Mansion into John Goodman's house.
Oh yeah, yeah, just a Big Daddy on his plantation. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I like that idea, and have maybe him become the ghost host voice.
Right.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
He could be that big guy in the end with the
Your cadaverous
lady.
pallor betrays an aura of foreboding. Almost as though you
Oh my God.
not a metamorphosis here in the bayou. It's just haunted room actually stretching. Actually, that's my pant size because I've been eating so many beignets. Come on down, you hear? I apologize if we have any friends from Louisiana. It is a great state. I've been there many times. Go Tigers.
I think not only that, but having a face character, Charlotte, running around. She was, I think, the runaway hit of the film next to Ray, and I think she would be fantastic to bring into that environment. So I think it'd be really cool to see a little bit more Tiana. Anika Noni Rose weighing in there and definitely saying that it would be cool to have a restaurant also themed after the film and bringing that in alongside Splash Mountain. I mean, Hungry Bear, I don't know how much in terms of an emotional connection people have to it. It doesn't seem like a restaurant that holds a whole lot of sentimental value to many. So maybe a retheme is in order. We will see. But Anika Noni Rose sounds like she's behind it. So we have the princess voice standing by.
come to this happy place, welcome.